Society might judge people based on their appearance and impression. Is there a way for us to show society what we are capable of and not just be judged on how we look? Ashraf Said, a 19-year-old boy who has a burning passion for art and music. Born with facial defect, Ashraf didn't have the most memorable of childhoods. He had to go through hard times from a very young age.
At that time I was young, so no one really explained my condition to me.
Facing all sorts of discrimination and unfair treatment solely because he was perceived based on how he looked. His facial defect occurred from when he was born. Due to that, he is only able to see from his right eye, and his nose gets wet from time to time with mucus dripping down his face without him realizing it. Ashraf, who is suffering from a cleft-lipped deficiency, also suffers from other conditions such as one-sided blindness, speech difficulties, and partial numbness. Ashraf studied in Sengkang Secondary School for 5 years. Filled with many ups and downs, Ashraf went through an emotional roller coaster during secondary school, facing all sorts of obstacles and difficulties.
Some of them, they look a bit differently at first. Like initially, they didn't know about this, so they didn't really talk to me at first. There were some who also tease and disturb a bit here and there. It wasn't easy to make friends .
Ashraf faced discrimination for the first time when he was applying to join the National Cadet Corps as his co-curriculum activity in secondary school. However, it did not pan out the way Ashraf intended it to.
Originally, I was supposed to be SCC also. So, I was a bit excited and then my teacher told me that I couldn't be enrolled in SCC because of my condition So, because she was scared that something will happen to me, that kind of thing So, I was a bit disappointed because I couldn't be my friends
Madam Zarina was Ashraf's teacher in upper secondary and was one of those who helped Ashraf go through the challenges in secondary school life and someone who Ashraf could talk to about his problems.
Before I even met him, because I don't teach the lower sec, so I heard about this boy that came. I was a teacher that was very much involved in people welfare, so I heard about this boy because there was not a very nice incident. A parent actually made a remark to the form teacher of the class and asked why wasn't this boy placed in a special school because he doesn't fit in. I thought they were talking about children with special needs, but actually they were referring to him because he looked very different, and you can't help but stare at him the first time you see him because he doesn't look like us.
Shakeel was Ashraf's senior in Sengkang Secondary School. His view of Ashraf is different from those of his teachers and his family. Shakeel and his group of friends treated Ashraf differently in the beginning because he looked different from the rest of their classmates.
In secondary 3, when one of my peers borrowed money from Ashraf, they refused to give the money back to him because he looked different from us and it made him a very easy target for bullying. My friend refused to return back the money to Ashraf. Ashraf got very frustrated.
One of the seniors borrowed money from me. Then he didn't want to return. So I went to look for him. Then in the toilet, I provoked him. I was that's my money and everything. Then we started fighting. And then other seniors came in and then they all beat me up.
2 years ago, Ashraf lost his mother to a long-term illness. She was Ashraf's pillar of strength and she showered him with lots of love.
I couldn't manage the situation, honestly. It was a very hard thing to do. I didn't know what to do because I didn't know who to go to. Because I didn't know anyone who was facing my situation. I didn't know who to talk to.
He loves his mother very much and misses her dearly.
Even though I had a lot of disciplinary issues in school, she still cares for me. She still helped me. She still treat me like like her son lah. Like she never like you know ever said like, oh, I want to disown you or you know.
After the unfortunate incident which happened to his mother, Shakeel and the rest of the students had a change of heart for Ashraf when they found out about what happened.
When O-levels was very near, we heard that Ashraf's mother had just passed away. So at that point of time, me and my group of friends, we kind of realized that it was not only me, it was a few of us that we actually realized that your mom passing away is a very tragic event and very unfortunate to happen to anyone. We obviously felt very sad for him, and to show our care for him, we visited his house one day, and we talked to his father, his brothers, and asked Ashraf himself whether he was okay. And also we weren't really there for him at all before this happened. So at least now we want to show that we actually do care. We're not just his classmates, but actually his friends also. After the whole incident happened and Ashraf came back to school, we treat him differently. I mean, not in a bad way, but treating him differently as in realizing our mistakes and correcting the way we treat him.
I was touched that they actually came to us and asked me, Ashraf, are you okay? They tell me like, oh, if you need anything, you can come to me. You need my help, I will help you. They actually reached out.
It was only then I found out that me and him both shared an interest in playing guitar. I just picked it up, music, and he was way ahead of me. But because of the how blind we were to him at first, we never really see him for what he can do, but just how he was in class and how he looked. We played a lot of songs together and had a lot of fun.
Ashraf's loving father, Mr. Said bin Zainal, 46 years of age, is currently working as a sales promoter at Takashimaya. He juggles between work and taking care of 3 kids. Mr. Said ensures his unconditional love for his 3 children even through difficult times.
In a way, I'm also proud of him now, because even he's like that, he's not. He still has the courage to go out. He don't feel inferior. He don't let his appearance or his disability to discourage him from doing things. I don't hide him from people. I bring him out, let people see him, let people query about him. So he don't feel inferior. He don't feel like he's underprivileged.
From a young age, Ashraf has shown a particular flair and talent for art. His talents has allowed him to express himself more confidently, and something else that people can view him for.
One day I discovered him doodling in my class. My first intention was to tell him off because I was teaching and he was drawing. When I came nearer, I realized it was one of the most beautiful pieces I've ever seen. And then I realized that he was very good at what he was doing, and he was doing art. I didn't want to confiscate it. I told him to keep it, but subsequently I would always ask him about it because I can't draw. My drawing is terrible. So and when I took an interest in his drawing and he began to open up, what struck me one day was I asked him why he drew what he drew, and he says he was drawing how he felt. And I then learned that if I wanted to know how he was feeling on that day, I'll be looking at what he was doodling.
In secondary 4, when for the art O-levels, we had to submit our coursework. He was ahead of most of us in terms of the final project, which was a very large-scale painting. So he was done with most of it, and when all of us needed help with our work, he would find the time to help us and teach us what's the correct skill. Because in terms of skill, he was ahead of all of us. So we don't know where he get those skills from, but he taught us different He taught us what he knew, and overall he helped us in our art O-level coursework.
Actually, from very young, he already has interest in drawing and in art. During his preschool time, he already been doing all this drawing and then sketching for at home. So from there, he developed the talent.
My passion for art started when I was young, when I was like in primary school. Like, you know, when you watch TV and you try to copy a cartoon character, because like you like this character whatsoever, then you draw him lah. And I like art because it's a very therapeutic thing. Like it helps me manage my emotion, it helps me like bring out my opinions.
Ashraf's passion in arts has led him to pursue a diploma in the School of Nanyang Academy of Fine Arts. Strongly believing in achieving happiness by pursuing his passions, he looks forward to a happier and brighter future in a new environment.
Like it's known as it's a very reputable school in Singapore, so like it's known around. I do it there, so it's a good thing for me because I think that I would enjoy myself there.
Ashraf Said has shown us how important it is to focus on the good and positives in life. His passion for art is what drives him, and love for family is what supports him. Understanding each other helps us to broaden our mindset and enable us to accept people for who they are. Although Ashraf might be different, he is still one of us.